Hello everybody, this is Dago Seda, Pretty Snazzy Walkthroughs, and we are going to finish the Great Bay Temple here, Majora's Mask, 3 hearts. And this is the boss I've mentioned numerous times before, and its opening scene is pretty cool actually. It kind of gives like that Jaws thing, like dun dun. I can totally hear Jaws playing when I hear this, except that it's not a shark. It is, wait for it, just wait for the ominous to wear off here. 3, 2, 1. This thing's taking its time. Big friggin' fish, and just kind of stops in midair. And all the bosses are masked in some way, shape, or form. Now, contrary to what you may believe, you do not need ice arrows to hit this guy. What you do is you kind of target him and shoot him out of there to stun him. You have to jump in the water as Zora form and make sure you're fully in the water before you try to dive down. Otherwise, you'll do some flip and a waste of time. Because you're definitely want to hit him before his weakness wears off, and he will come at you. It's pretty annoying. The best way to find where he is, if you see like bubbles or anything in the water, that's probably where he is. And using sound to help you doesn't really help very much because you can easily be in any side of the room. Alright. And this is the only way to hurt him. You have to hit him with the Zora shield thing here. And just always be careful. There, I'm really surprised they didn't kill me. The best way to get out of the water is just to use the Zora. If you try to swim as a human, you'll go much slower, and that's detrimental to your victory formula here. Alright, and definitely use your ears to find out whether or not you actually hit him. Yeah, here I kind of messed it up. See, but I did end up hitting him. And after 3 hits of that, he'll start summoning these little tiny fish in his very strange looking mouth. Summons all the tiny fish, and they're pretty much like skullfish. They just deal like a quarter of a heart to you. And this is how he hurts you. He'll grab you and toss you around a bit, and see there I died. I definitely shouldn't have died in this fight. But as I said, you're going to definitely want a fairy. I stocked up on one somewhere. I think beforehand I might have gotten one from somewhere. I don't remember where I got this fairy from. It might have been one that I picked up from right in front of the owl statue with the Zora cape. Yeah, this boss fight, all it ever does is just raise my blood pressure and make me cry and sad. I've had a perfect run on him once, but other than that, yeah, I am desperately dying here. And also, every time he spits you out as a human, you'll have 8 seconds as opposed to the usual 24. Maybe it's because you took in a lot of water while you're inside of him. I really don't know. But yeah, I was really worried I'd lose during this fight and have to redo some stuff. He's always going to be trying to charge you, so this should be like 1 or 2 more hits, and then yeah, as I said, you'll do a flip if you press B way too early, which I did. Ta-da! Also, if you want to get rid of these fish, just kind of use the Zora Electro Current Shield. I'm not really exactly sure what some of the names of some of the stuff are, but I just call it the Zora Shield. And for some reason it wasn't letting me target him there. Alright, and this here should be the final hit. So overall it takes 5 rounds of, what's it called? Zap Shield. And his death scene is pretty stereotypical Zelda death scene where he flops around a bit, gets smaller, and then just dies. It's kind of like what the gecko does when he dies, except he turns into a tiny frog. It would have been really funny if here he turned into a little fish that you can pick up in a bottle. I would have laughed so hard in that. Alright, so get the heart container if you're not doing a 3 heart run, and pick up Gyorg's remains. So, congratulations, you've beaten one of the harder bosses of the game. Alright, so after the little scene here, one of the giants, you'll end up back here. And here, I'm just going to kind of try to grab this fairy, because I don't want to... Because if I take damage, I'm going to die, so here, it's kind of urgent that I grab this fairy, and it's really giving me a tough time. These fairies are so stupid. They're like, oh, I can help you, and then they just kind of float around randomly and never touching you. It's just, bleh. I think I lost it, actually. Oh well, so I figured, yeah, why not? Just go onward with life. And what we're going to do now is we're just going to get the upgrade, the magic upgrade or whatever you want to call it. Going for that now. So swim along, and what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to get up here. I don't know if you can. You probably can, but I timed it wrong. Miscalculation on my part. Yes, I might have been able to get that if I timed it better. So I'm basically going to be trying on all of these things, and I failed miserably on all of them. Just be careful of all these enemies around here, because at this point you probably have some damage on you because of Gyorg. If you're like me and couldn't pick up that stupid fairy, then it's a little bit particular. I don't know why they don't heal you. The giant or something doesn't heal you. Whatever. Alright, careful. There's the giant likes on the beach that I might have mentioned earlier. Alright, so just for the sake of safety, I always seem to want to put on the bunny hood when I have to make these jumps here. Alright, so let's bunny hood it up. Down there I think there's a hole with like 20 rupees or something like that. And the way you get across here is kind of like when you went to the turtle. You have to use your hook shot to fling yourself across all these things. I don't know if you think fling is the right word, but whatever. So kill that Gwei because they're kind of annoying. Did he just do half a heart to me? That's kind of troubling. So, yeah. Now once again, you cannot pick up the Deku nuts that you can plainly see on top of it. Which once again, that kind of ticks me off too, but whatever. Alright. So, I think that jump's going to be pretty hard to make if you don't have the bunny hood. Or if you don't time it right. So, just be a little careful, or otherwise you're going to have to redo some stuff. This is probably a dangerous thing on my part, using the blast mask with only half a heart left. Because knowing my luck, I definitely would mess that up. But, whatever. And also, I go through this scene with the blast mask still on, so it's kind of funny seeing Link with just this huge skull thing on his face. He's a skull kid. And here's the great fairy. She's pretty blue and also crappy N64 stupid looking fake boobs. They look just as bad in Ocarina of Time 3D, I'll say that. And she's gonna give you probably the most useful thing ever. She gives you that you take half damage thing, which is fan-freaking-tastic. So, all is good in the world, and I'll see you guys next video where we will get a 4th empty bottle. Alright, see you guys next time.